It's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's buzzing in here ahead of Game 3. And we'll be back in a minute to get it started. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. We're looking forward to what's sure to be a dramatic Game 3, Chris.
And Boog, this is as close to an elimination game as you can get without it actually being one. Going down 3-0 would more or less just end this thing. So this game's going to tell us whether we're going to have a real series in store for us or if we're just going to be packing our bags and going home.
A lot of people feel these teams are more evenly matched than the first two games would indicate. So we'll see if we get a bounce-back performance in this one. Festivities wrapping up. The crowd is electric, and we'll be back to get it going right after this. Just about set to go now. And on the mound in this one, Shohei Ohtani. What do we need to know here?
Very dominant his last time out, picked up the win, only allowed 1 run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
Ready to go? Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Kelly Sullivan.
Kelly Sullivan.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Boog, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Here's the catcher to hit, Cody Sullivan. Bunted for a hit, and foul ball. Sullivan matched a homer in his last game. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Safe at second, and that was not close. Next offering upstairs.
1 and 2.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in Game 3 of the NLCS. Hit in the air right field, and that one way back there, and that is way gone. He made him pay for that one. It's 2-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. And he grounds one to the right side. Takes it himself. One out in the top of the first. And let's take a look at the lineup. And Chris, a great matchup in this one. An ace caliber arm in the hill against a deep lineup.
You said it, Boog, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out. The kind of talent they'll be facing, these hitters have a tough task ahead of them. Should be really fun to watch, though.
Ian Happ up to hit. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Pajes makes the grab on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Dansby Swanson, the next to hit, takes ball one. Swing and a ball lifted left field. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. This is the National League Championship Series on the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and today's starter, Justin Steele.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Freddie Freeman, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, coming off of a blowout loss in the previous game, this lineup can't try to do too much. They've just got to stay within themselves, take each pitch, each at bat, one by one, and try to push runs across as often as possible.
In time to Bush, one up, one down. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team, and I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Hesung Kim, batting with one down, takes a strike. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Got him swinging.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had it fooled.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani hitting third in the lineup. Let's remember a major part of his resume are those 3 MVP awards. And that's a little bit high. 2 outs, base is empty. Ball to strike. The pitch. And there's a foul ball. Now with the shift on, hits right into it. Corner over to first. And they get Ohtani for the out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Dodgers go down quietly. They trail it here 2-0. It's game 3 of the National League Championship Series. And here's the first baseman, Michael Bush. Ohtani back to work. Clobber to right field, way back, gone. His second home run of the series. It's 3-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
And now it's going to be Pete Crow Armstrong. Well struck, right field, ranging back. Up against the wall and brings it in.
Batting it, the second baseman,
Nico Horner will come up to hit. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact, just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. Sends it to first. That's out number 2. Two down, base is empty. And up next for Chicago, John Birdie. And that misses. Ball 1. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here at the top of the second. That one the other way. Kim handles, throws to first, and that is that. Cubs get 1 on the solo shot. It's now 3-0. You're watching the National League Championship Series on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Max Muncy. Muncy with a homer in his last game. Foul ball there.
One wonderful thing about the postseason, you never know who's going to be the hero. It could be the superstar, but often it's a far more unlikely player.
And he hits a ground ball right side. He'll do it himself and quickly 1 away in the second. You know, one unlikely postseason hero I saw up close, Alex Gonzalez of the Marlins in the 2003 World Series. Wasn't really known for his bat, but he hit a walk-off homer in extra innings in Game 4. It tied the series and was a huge momentum swing. Teoscar Hernandez now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Next offering in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
One out, base is empty. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Just missed.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
And that just misses.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting a call. He probably should have got it. He didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
Will Smith stands in now and watches strike 1. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That one's carrying. And forget it. And they inch closer. It's 3-1.
That gives this offense something to celebrate for the first time in this one. Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. Gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
Here's Mookie Betts now. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1. Swing and a miss.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. but not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. New inning getting started. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Kelly Sullivan.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
Into center and a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Now the number 2 hitter, Cody Sullivan. He's already homered here in this one. That one missed.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Runner on the move. That one ripped. And it bangs off the foul pole. Home run. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they add to the lead. It's 5-1.
Off the bat, it looked like it had plenty of distance, but there was just no telling if it was going to stay fair. I mean, he really hooked that thing down the right field line, but good thing that big pole was there to let us know. Could have very easily just been a long strike if he hit it out front any more than he did.
Tucker takes low, second trip to the plate in this one. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here in Game 3 of the NLCS. That's off the inside corner. And it's 2-0.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
In the air, center field. Edman in position. Puts it away for the out. One down.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit. Flied to right his first time. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Edman hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Dansby.
And here comes Dansby Swanson. Fly to left his first time. The shortstop takes a ball.
1-0.
Swing and a ball popped up. Kim brings it in, and that is that. Cubs add 2 on this homer. It's now 5-1.
It ain't no surprise. A full moon sits in the sky. You better watch your back tonight because there's no compromise. When a good dog goes bad.
Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the inning, and now the right fielder, Andy Pajes. First offering, and it just misses. Right through there for a strike. Next one is off the plate. 2-1. Swing and a foul out of play. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. High bounce takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double.
This sport can be such a game of inches as we see it right there. Extended and just out of his reach. Had a bad read and a bad jump, and I think that's what cost him. It turned into extra bases.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Tommy Edman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And a strike in there. That one is absolutely belted. This looks like extra bases. Here comes Pages around third. He'll score.
Everything came together for him. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. What a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
So the lineup flips over. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. A little out front there as he swings through it. On the ground. In time to Bush. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Kim in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is in for a strike. And that's in for a strike. Up the middle, Horner. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. 0 for 1 so far.
Ohtani.
On the inside corner for a strike. Ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in the last half of the third. Next offering upstairs.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. On its way to the corner, and a foul ball. Lifted in the air, out to left. Happ hauls it in to end the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. Game 3 moves on to the 4th. It's the Cubs 5 and the Dodgers 3. Back here in L.A., John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Michael Bush. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Bush, in his 3rd season, 27 years old, and he's a former Silver Slugger recipient in the National League. That one hammered left field. And it one-hops the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. And he lays down a bunt. Can't pick it up with the bare hand.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Nico.
He was racing down the line and probably didn't assume he was going to be safe until his foot hit the bag and looked up for the umpire. Nice bunt and great hustle to get himself a knock.
Here's Nico Horner. That misses the zone, and that is ball one. All right, Singer, you know I'm a dork. Shohei Ohtani, go back to May 5th, 2022 at Fenway Park. He tossed a complete game through 99 pitches. Get this, 81 strikes. It was the most strikes thrown with less than 100 pitches in a game since they started tracking pitch counts.
That's just unreal.
Up the middle, Kim. There's one. On to Freddie. Double play. In there safely.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
John Birdie at the plate. Grounded out his first time up. Tap foul at the plate. Bush at third with 2 away. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
No ball. 2 strike.
And the sweeper is off the plate.
1 ball. 2 strike.
In the air out towards right center. Edman puts it away, and that's the 3rd out. 1 left for the Cubs, and it remains 5-3. And we're back. Here's the 3rd baseman, Max Muncy.
3rd baseman, Max Muncy. Now pitching.
Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Keegan Thompson.
71.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
And a foul ball. Thompson winds and deals. Right side. Sneaks through, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Struck out swinging his first time. Pickoff throw, and he's back in standing. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Runner at first with no outs here. That's towards center. Mena settles underneath it. 1 away.
Now batting, the catcher, Will.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. He's already homered in this game. Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Man at first, 1 away. Foul ball, still 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Here's Betts. He's 0 for 1. See, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
The Dodgers trailing by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Breaking ball misses down and away. cut on and miss. Struck him out. Out number 3. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We played 4. It's the Cubs 5 and the Dodgers 3. It's game 3 of the National League Championship Series. So up now for Chicago, Kelly Sullivan. Ohtani back to work. Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Cubs doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They have yet to strike out, and they're averaging more than a hit per inning. That's a great recipe for success right there.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Here comes a pitch. Ripped on the ground to second. Tosses to first. 1 away here in the 5th.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher,
Cody Sullivan, the next Cub to hit. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Ball 1, no strikes.
1 ball, no strikes.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Swing and a ball driven out to center. Edman going back on it. And out of here. And he's gone yard again. That's his 3rd home run of the game. And they tack on to their lead. It's 6-3. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. Wow, he's putting on an absolute show in this one, and there's no better time than the postseason to go off at the plate like this. I mean, a 3-homer game, always special, but pulling it off in October during the biggest games of the year, that's incredible.
And here comes the Dodgers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Ohtani will depart, and the home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm coming on after the break.
Now pitching for the
New
Dodgers,
pitcher for the Dodgers, Alex Vesia.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's Kyle Tucker. 0 for 2 in this one. This one smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they boost their lead. It's 7-3. And their 5th home run of the game.
Some things in this sport are contagious, Boog, and right now for this team, clearly it's the long ball. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
1 down. Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit. And that's downstairs. Ball 1. 2 runs across in the inning here in game 3 of the NLCS. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He flexes his power with that swing. He's up to 3 home runs in the series. It's 8-3.
back-to-back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so dominant right now. A pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not. But I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
1 out, base is empty. Dansby Swanson stands in. There's a swing and a drive. That one opts against the fence. And into second with 1 away. That's a double.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there.
A lot of hitters tell themselves line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything and pulled it into the gap nicely.
Michael Busch digs in now. This to center field. And it drops in. And the postseason success continues for him. Trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. They put the tag on him, and that's out number 2. So digging in, Pete Crow Armstrong. 1 for 2. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Nice grab on the run. And that'll do it. They explode with 3 solo homers in the inning. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 8 and the Dodgers 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the right fielder, Andy Pages. That one's in there. 0-1. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Close, but called a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Next offering is fouled back. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. Doubled in his first AB. To third, birdie. To first, home half of the 5th inning, moving along, 2 quick outs.
Now batting, the first baseman, Freddie.
So the batting order turns over. Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. Has grounded out a couple of times. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. That's not coming back. And they cut into the deficit. It's 8-4.
This game just got a little more interesting with that home run. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
2 outs, nobody on. And next for LA, Hesung Kim. Swings through that one for strike 1.
No ball, 1 strike.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, Not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
2 down, nobody on. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now 8-4.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back,
Dodgers,
and they make a change to start
Number
the 6th. The new pitcher, Bobby Miller.
Miller.